Ukraine plans to produce 3,000 missiles in 2025 and 30,000 long-range drones. Ukrainian diplomacy reaches out to the new Syrian government in a goal to gain a new ally. This and more in our today's episode. Let's go. Ukraine has unveiled ambitious plans to significantly expand its arsenal of advanced weaponry. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal recently announced that the country aims to produce 3,000 missiles and 30,000 long-range drones as part of the unprecedented effort to enhance strategic and operational capabilities. These targets underscore Ukraine's never-ending need for more means of defense against the ongoing Russian full-scale war.
We will pay special attention to the long-range component and the missile program. The task from the President of Ukraine is to produce at least 30,000 long-range drones. Ukrainian enterprises also plan to produce about 3,000 cruise missiles and drone missiles. Denis Shmyhal, Prime Minister of Ukraine, from an RBC Ukraine publication.
Central to these efforts is the development of long-range weapons, including the Polyanitsa missile drone. Debuting during Ukraine's Independence Day celebrations, this cutting-edge hybrid weapon, part drone and part missile, has already seen successful combat use. Capable of reaching targets at a distance of up to 500 miles, the Polyanitsa represents a new chapter in Ukraine's ability to strike critical enemy positions. While specific details about its design and capabilities remain classified, experts highlight its cost efficiency and innovative features that resemble the Phao-1 prototypes from World War II times, including a turbojet engine. In addition to drones, Ukraine has also announced significant progress in developing its own ballistic missiles. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy recently announced the successful testing of a domestically produced ballistic missile with an estimated range of 500 miles. This new weapon, potentially built on the foundation of legacy projects such as Sapsan and Rim-2 operational tactical missiles, could rival Russia's Iskander-M missiles in speed, power, and accuracy. While challenges such as solid fuel engine production remain, analysts believe that Ukraine's experience in space rocket technology provides a solid foundation for overcoming these obstacles in the near future, and possibly as we speak now. The Polyanitsa and ballistic missile projects are not isolated advancements. They reflect a broader trend of innovation within Ukraine's defense and missile sector. Since the onset of the full-scale war, the country has ramped up production of various weapons, including drones, ammunition, and armored vehicles. Collaboration with international allies has also played a key role in this transformation. Countries like Denmark, France, and Lithuania have allocated substantial funds to support Ukraine's weapons production, and joint arms manufacturing facilities are being established in partner nations. These advancements also represent a shift in the balance of power, enabling Ukraine to better counter Russian combat capabilities and never letting their rear be safe and calm. By building a robust, self-sufficient defense industry and leveraging international support, Ukraine is not only enhancing its military capabilities but also setting the stage for long-term security and resilience, possibly for future bilateral cooperation in defense with the United States or even on the scale of the entire NATO alliance itself. As the war continues, Ukraine's efforts to innovate and modernize its military signal a clear message. The nation is committed to defending its sovereignty, advancing its technological capabilities, and securing its place on the global stage as a sovereign state, capable of delivering for its own defense, with the help of our partners, of course. The winds of change have swept through Syria, toppling the Assad regime after more than 5 decades of authoritarian rule. But what does this seismic shift mean for Ukraine, Russia, and the broader geopolitical landscape? Hafez al-Assad seized power in Syria, beginning a family dynasty that ruled with an iron fist. His son Bashar continued the legacy, bringing destruction and pain to millions of Syrians. Yet in late 2024, the unthinkable happened. The Assad regime fell after a swift blitzkrieg of Tahrir al-Sham rebels. A victory for free Syria, relieved from Assad and Russian influence, but also a wake-up call for every dictator clinging to power based on the force of violence. Russia's failure to save its Syrian ally is more than a regional defeat. For Vladimir Putin, it's a harsh reminder that authoritarian regimes built on violence, fear, and weapons are not invincible. Ukraine wasted no time stepping into the vacuum left by Assad's fall. A high-level delegation led by new Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha visited Damascus already, signaling Kyiv's readiness to build ties with Syria's new leadership. Ukraine's Grain from Ukraine program is more than a humanitarian aid program too. It's a diplomatic tool of soft power to strengthen partnerships and promote stability in regions where Russian influence have crumbled, especially now in Syria, which need foods, and which can become a vital ally for Ukraine and the entire Western Bloc after Assad has withdrawn to Russia.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки.
Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Andriy Sybiha, and Minister of Agrarian Policy and Food Vitaly Koval have just reported on their talks in Syria and Lebanon with the new Syrian administration, with Lebanese business, and on our overall prospects, both security and trade, in the region. This year, we may add more countries to our reliable partners, particularly Syria. We are preparing to renew our diplomatic relations with Syria and our cooperation within international organizations. I want to thank our intelligence for the security framework of these contacts.
Let's talk about what Russia lost in Syria. First, its military bases, including the Tartus naval base and Khmimim air base, which have been key to projecting their power in the Middle East. Second, its control over regional gas roads, which was a cornerstone of Moscow's economic strategy. Without Syria, Russia loses more than a foothold in the Middle East. It loses billions of dollars in gas revenues. Even the propagandists of Russia admit that Syria was a war for Gazprom interests. Now that war is over, and since Ukraine cut off gas transit to Europe, all of the gas supplies are now problematic, if not impossible. Interesting what will happen when the oil transit agreement through Druzhba pipeline will end. Well, that was all for today. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button to help us even more in delivering the news of the free world to you directly from Ukraine. Stay safe and don't let propaganda win.
Ukraine plans to produce 3,000 missiles and 30,000 long-range drones. As the Prime Minister of Ukraine, Denis Shmyhal, noted, in general 2,230 billion hryvnias have been invested in defense and security in 2025. Taxpayers' funds from the state budget will be directed to these needs. Expenditures on weapons and military equipment will amount to at least 739 billion hryvnias. According to Shmyhal, Ukrainian enterprises of the defense industrial complex plan to increase their production capacity to $30 billion. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock arrived in Syria on a one-day trip, where she, along with her French counterpart Jean-Noël Barrot, will meet with the de facto leader of Syria, Ahmed al-Sharaa, on behalf of the European Union. Baerbock said that there can be a new political beginning between Europe and Syria only if the new Syrian society gives all people, regardless of ethnic or religious group, a place in the political processes, as well as rights and protection. In Seoul, security prevented the arrest of President Yoon Suk-yeol. The president's representatives declared the illegality of the arrest attempt. Yoon Suk-yeol is considered temporarily removed and is under the protection of the Presidential Security Service until the end of the case review by the Constitutional Court. A Seoul court has issued an arrest and search warrant for South Korean president on December 31st. This was done after Yoon ignored 3 subpoenas from the Anti-Corruption Bureau for high-level officials, which summoned him for questioning.